When can you park on a double yellow line? Your rights on UK parking laws. Sometimes there are exceptions to regular rules of the road when it comes to finding a space. Parking can often prove difficult, and sometimes it can be tricky to determine when you can, or can't, park somewhere. A bus stop or outside somebody's house? Here's what you need to know. And when can you park on double yellow lines? Make sure you're in the know when it comes to parking. So, can you ever park on double yellow lines? Double yellows are usually a definite no-no, but can you ever park on them? In general, you must not wait or park on yellow lines during the times of operation shown. These should be shown on nearby time plates or zone entry signs. In some circumstances you may be able to stop double yellows, for example to stop to load or unload heavy goods, but check for any indicated restrictions. These are usually indicated by yellow dashes on the curbing signage. If you're disabled and have a blue badge, you're usually fine to park on double yellow lines for up to 3 hours. If there are no markings, loading or unloading your vehicle should be visibly continuous. In most cases, briefly picking up and dropping off passengers is okay too, as long as you're not blocking any roads, junctions or traffic. If you're disabled and have a blue badge, you're usually fine to park on double yellow lines for up to 3 hours, as long as your badge is clearly displayed and you're not causing an obstruction. In all cases, check for any nearby signage for exceptions to this. When can you park in a bus stop? It's best to stay well clear of parking in front of bus stops unless you have mitigating circumstances. Stopping with any part of your vehicle, not just the wheels, on a restricted bus stop is likely to get you a hefty penalty charge. Rule 243 of the Highway Code tells road users, do not stop or park at or near a bus or tram stop or taxi rank. It's best to stay well clear unless you have mitigating circumstances. When can you park outside someone's house? Don't park across someone's driveway. As long as the piece of road you're parking on is not private, have a dropped curb, belong to a residence bay or block a driveway, you're not doing anything wrong in the eyes of the law. Unless the street is governed by residence parking permits, any member of the public can park there as long as they are complying with restrictions, and not causing obstructions. The police are keen to remind people that it's not your right to park in front of your house unless you have a designated parking space. When can you park on zigzag lines? As a rule, don't park on zigzags. Both yellow and white zigzag road markings indicate that parking is prohibited, and doing so can carry more than just a fine. You can be given penalty points too. White zigzags can be enforced by the council and the police, do not need a sign for enforcement, and you cannot park on them at any time. You should never park on white zigzag lines. White zigzag road markings are enforced 24 hours a day, every day. On the other hand, yellow zigzag lines do need a sign to be legally enforceable. Yellow zigzag that have a sign in place are enforced by the local council, and any fine received is a civil matter, not a criminal. Motorists should take note of any signage and only park on yellow zigzags outside of the times indicated. Yellow zigzags are usually found outside places such as school gates, police and ambulance stations, and hospitals. Yellow zigzag lines need to have signage, otherwise they are not enforceable. If not sign as present, the zigzags cannot be legally enforced. Parking on zigzag lines, especially white zigzags, if difficult to dispute if a given penalty and few exceptions are given. Bizarre moment: woman parks millimeters from white van and refuses to move. How you can challenge an unfair parking ticket. No matter who has issued the parking ticket, it is possible to fight it if you think you've been unfairly charged. Despite this, it's important to keep in mind that the fine may increase if your appeal is unsuccessful. If you've been ticketed by the council or police, it's advisable to pay up unless you have grounds to appeal. Here's how to tell if the ticket is a penalty charge notice or a private parking ticket. The latter is easier to appeal if you believe you've been unfairly charged.